Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to another live winter chat, episode 9. I think we're at. I am Joy of the Garden and Home. Welcome, welcome. I just came in from another live, so hopefully some of the people there who usually come to my live will trickle in later to talk it out. But G Mama just was testing out her live skills and she's doing really great. So congrats to you. Hopefully she'll do many more of those. Today's agenda. Well, let's see. Was there any fun things that happened this week before we get into anything? Usually I have some. Oh, yeah. Before I tinkered with this whole thing, I was editing a video for my other channel, Joy Unhinged. It is my first cooking video. So needless to say, hey, Crash Out, hold on a second. At this stage. Hey, Crash Out, how are
you? What you up to?
Nothing, just starting off. I just did a video, the cooking video for Whistle Stop Homestead's channel.
Okay, cool.
I'm editing now, so it's taking me a while.
All right. I got something on? Or that's you again?
Oh, it's me again. Hold on, I know what it is. All right.
Hello.
Right. I had another screen open. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Gone.
Yeah, so I did that. The chicken parmesan. What I did? Chicken parmesan with like a chicken slider, ground chicken.
It's like a spaghetti with a spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti like my take on a chicken parmesan, which tastes delicious. It was good. It was delicious.
I'm sure. It was just, I would definitely have done it outside for me because it's like a messiness of the chicken when you squish it and all the oils, bubble out.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't oil. It was like basically water moist.
Oh, yeah, juice. Chicken juice.
It was a chicken juice, and that's why they made soap and water. Clean your stove off.
I know.
So what was your today's topic? What was your today's topic?
I'm doing what's with all the. There's like everybody's saying there's gonna be no food or it's gonna be super expensive in this let's say this year. So it was gonna be all the conspiracies. Why is this happening? Why are you shaking your head already?
we as a people have been babied. We have been pampered. Listen.
That's what I say to my kids. I'm like, you guys have it too good. You don't know what hard times are. This is not hard
so times. That's what I wouldn't get into the fear money. Like, it's just as a people, as a whole, as people from all ethnicities have dealt with famines. We dealt with issues like this. This is nothing new. I mean, maybe for
a millennium. It's not new.
This is not new. This is not new for some millennials. There's some kids right now before anybody got into the situation wasn't eating. You know what I mean? It was always some kid going hungry in America. So this ain't nothing new for a kid that's looking at the back of his refrigerator today or tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
So I grew up with kids who've been looking in the 1980s and the 90s were looking at the back of their refrigerators. So this ain't nothing new to them. It's just something for people to talk about. But at the end of the day, only thing I can tell people is don't get caught up in the fear. Don't let this stress you out. We're always going to have some fear factors going on. But as a people, as human beings, we always overcome stuff. Maybe this time, maybe some people start waking up and who has backyards and balconies and start growing some stuff in their yards.
Right.
Just in case. And I would tell people, don't grow that delicate stuff. Grow root vegetables. You can make soups. But at the end of the day, y'all, whoever watches this replay, if it's going to go down, it's going to go down. It's just that's simple. So go live your life the way you want and continue to live your life. Do not go in fear mongering. Don't run to the supermarket grabbing all the water off the shelf and toilet tissue.
Right.
Because if things get worse than what we feel anticipated, you ain't going to survive anyway. It's just facts. I don't care how many things you got in your yard, how many canning jars you got in your basement. Because for the people that watch this video, step out your house later on. How many people in your community is not prepared? I can just walk out in the front of my house. I am the only one within 40 houses here. I'm gonna just say 40, just in where my eyes can see.
Right.
They're not prepared. They supermarket people.
Yeah.
So if the supermarket go fail them, they know I have chickens. People seeing I'm a gardener out here. Several years they seen I had the front yard, so they know I have a garden. They know I'm gonna have seeds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
They know they heard the chickens. My neighbors back here on the side of me, they hear the chickens. They hear the chickens.
Yes.
The people saw the fruit trees in my backyard. These are your neighbors. I ain't talking about somebody that live across 10 miles away from me, 5 miles. I'm talking about my neighbors.
Right.
So if they child is hungry, they hungry. Oh yeah. You know
Hi,
what's going to
Happy
happen.
Mac.
Hey, Happy Mac. So that's what I tell people, like, it's great to talk that stuff on YouTube, whatever. You only talk greatness when it ain't happening. But a lot of us run our mouths too much, and people know what you got. And if you look around your neighborhood, you're going to see how many people are very unprepared. Let's not just talk about food. We talk about medications.
Oh, that's
You
big
talk
one.
about, I got high blood pressure just like you, Johnny. Where you got Johnny coming for your blood pressure medications. His grandmother's on dialysis or whatever the story may be. She has issues. They're coming for your heart medication, your husband's heart medication. So don't tell your medical business to people out there. Don't tell what's going on with your life and your history of your health. Because if I know somebody down there got diabetes, chances are he got some diabetes medications. Now, if you don't want to share, she don't want to share, we just take it. The American way, we'll take it from you. I'm
Well, now who's fear mongering?
No, that's not fear mongering. That's facts. Like if think about it, my neighbor, they got children. My neighbor across the street, right across, and we good peoples, right? Have you saw that movie the Obamas made, where the neighbor went to the neighbor's house and the neighbor pulled out and said, "I had only enough for my family."
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor, we good. We share Christmas gifts. We go to their parties, but he got 2 young kids over there. If his 2 young kids are hungry, that neighbor's not a friendly neighbor no more.
Right.
He's just not. That's what you gotta look at. Like, Bob, you know me, Bob. Bob don't give a darn about that, bro. He know his little 2 kids over there hungry, and you got bread, or you got flour, you got canned goods. And if you choose not to share, even if you do share what you got enough for his family, they're not gonna stop sharing. Right. They're gonna continue to come over and eat until it's all gone, and then we're looking at each other like idiots. So, so don't get into that thing. It's like we all gonna get through this. He's not gonna be the last president we have. Trust what I tell you, and a lot of things gonna change. But like they said, people don't like change. We like to be lied to. But I don't want to be a fear monger saying, "Hey, run for the hills" and all like that. Just stay in place. If you talk about gardening wise, I would just say, hey, listen, concentrate on more of root vegetables here. Go get you some buckets, 5-gallon buckets if you can, and put you some potatoes and carrots and rutabagas and root vegetables. Because those last longer without refrigeration. And you can make soups, and soups have kept mankind alive for hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. So. Now you want to go get
that you can easily dehydrate even in the sun. I know those aren't like calorie heavy, but you could slice them thin or whatever. Obviously, meats you can do that with. So things you can preserve just by like sunlight. You should have extra.
Yeah, and real talk, if you have some type of illnesses, start not growing because they look cute. If you have respiratory issues, go look at herbs that help with respiratory problems. Hey, Z Mama. These are the things that you want to plant as herbs. If you're dealing with like respiratory issues, high blood pressure, maybe some type of diabetes. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the plants for diabetes, but I know there's plants that help with you with high blood pressure. You're dealing with issues that you need, anxieties. There are herbs that help you with those issues, like respiratory issues. So if you have those illnesses, try to grow herbs that can help you with the illness where you can turn it into a tea. Like if you have something that respiratory issues, grow more herbs that deal with respiratory issues. If you're a person that has some type of
even migraines or just Aches and
Grow.
pains in general.
Yeah, if you have pains, then you should go ahead this year and go ahead and order you some wild lettuce. Wild lettuce, you could boil it in water, boil it down, extract that black liquid extract, and that's a good pain reliever. Wild lettuce, they sell it. You can find it if you know what you're looking for. So go get a picture of wild lettuce. It grows wild. You go in the woods in your area, identify the plant, get that app on your phone, go through your neighborhood woods here. You can find a lot. I have 73 acres in front of me of government land. I guarantee you, if I had a plant identification app, there's a lot of herbs that's growing freely in that 75 acres that nature just have in nature. From wild raspberries, plantain plants probably in there. There's probably some comfrey up in there. It's probably a whole lot of stuff that's in that 75 acres of woods of free land that never been developed. That land never been developed. So that stuff has been there for hundreds of years.
Sure.
So, try to figure out wild stuff, herbs. Especially if you're a person that have diabetes, high blood pressure, and respiratory issues. There's a lot of herbs that you can make in teas to help you. Salve, things you can make for, like, if your child get a fever, you want those things that you can rub on your child's head or under their armpits to break that fever. A lot of us, you might not be able to go get no Tylenol or Motrin. So try to find the natural Motrin and natural fever breakers. Plant those in your herb gardens.
And even letting your lawn, like a bit of your lawn, go wild, because things like plantain, dandelion, those wild weeds that we don't want, those are also important for our health. If we
goldenrod, deals with a lot of respiratory issues.
Like birds carry all these seeds everywhere, and if you just let them grow, they're usually pretty helpful.
Yeah, they're usually right around you. Wild lettuce is growing over there by the dentist's office. And I was like, oh, that's a whole bunch of wild lettuce. And they just go in, the guy go, he's just ripping them down because they don't know what it is. I mean, they might know what it is.
But they don't care, right?
They don't care because they don't need it because they got Tylenol in their cabinet.
Yeah.
But wild lettuce is a plant that is a natural pain reliever.
That's right.
Turmeric, all that stuff. Turmeric, all these herbs that you can grow in plants and roots. Ginger is antiviral, lemon, plum, all that stuff you could grow in pots. You don't even need a garden. You could just grow it in a quart pot.
Hands in the Dirt wants to know if you're using Dove. Your skin looks wonderful.
I wear my, nah, I'm using the stuff that you took. Wait up, hold up. It is Dove. It is. Hold up. Let me get that thing for him. Let me get it.
Hans is going to send you some special soap from my Ransom's grandma. Hi, bro.
Because Hans was over there talking trash last time. So yeah, I'm gonna show you. I got this. I get it. Sent cases to the house now since he shamed me about using Irish Spring, talk about deterrence. But yeah, I got the Dove, the mint joint. The Dove. You see that?
Nice. You're glowing, he says.
Yeah, saddlewood and some camomile oil, something like that.
Yeah.
Smells good. Yeah. Ever since he shamed me on his show, I went and we get a prescription now. We actually get this sent us every month by the case.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Thank you, Hans. Thank you. Let me know that Irish Spring was, I'm getting more action now.
That's great.
The deers are starting to like me now, Yeah, I got the Dove. Yeah, he said the Dove. Yeah, I got the Dove. We get it now. The wife, a lot of stuff we get, like we on that what you call member plan or subscription.
Right.
So it comes directly to the house now.
Yeah, sandalwood smells good according to G Mama. Yeah, I'm familiar. It does.
Yeah, get you some action. Yeah, so it does restore. It does say restore. It restore my skin. Yeah, that part. Yeah, so he made a joke about that, but I was using Irish Spring.
There's some plants that you can make soap from too. I keep hearing ginger shampoo, some kind of plant. It's not exactly ginger.
Do like our native ancestors did. You just go ahead in a smokehouse. You just go into a smokehouse and smoke that funk off you. Go get you some wood, a tent, cover up, go in there and smoke all that funk off you. When you don't have no water, if things get bad, you don't have no water, you can smoke yourself.
All right.
Smoke that funk off you.
Well, if everybody smells, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Shampoo ginger, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, so if things came back, you don't have to go around smelling like a funk box. All you do is get you some wood, burn it, get in a tent, or make a little hut. And what they use is called a smoke. It's a smoking method that they use ancient wise.
It's not just like smoking salmon or some meat.
Yeah, the
So
smoke
like,
gets the funk off you. Yeah, some of the smoke, smoke does something. I know it's a purifier. It's something like that.
sure,
I know
you
it's a
gotta sweat
smoke
it
tent.
out.
Yeah,
You can use like
don't take my word.
apple, maple, all kinds of stuff smells good.
Yeah, so you burn it, you get butt naked, you burn it, you go inside the tent, and you rub yourself with some leaves or something, and scrub yourself with the smoke. I don't know, but don't take my word for it. Do your research because I know that's done. I know a lot of people who are in the woods they actually use smoke. It's called the smoking method. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, don't worry about the food shortage. There's no food shortage. It's just going to cost you more. That's all.
Well, I just want to talk about for fun, like all the conspiracies why this is happening. So let's just go through my list here.
Why
So
is it
bird flu.
happening?
Let's go with bird flu first, because that's like the biggest one right now. So I started hearing about this like as a European thing, because I'd never heard about bird flu in the United States until like 2 years ago, maybe. And like, I don't pay
you was having babies or something? You just heard about the bird flu 2 years ago?
Well, no, I've heard it, but I haven't like heard it in the gardening community. Like it was something people worried about. But in Europe, like the people with backyard gardeners, they have to keep them cooped up. They can't be, walking around their yard or anything. I know the big houses, that's one thing, but the little backyard people had to like coop up their chickens. I didn't know they had to do that. So they had to do that for like the whole winter, and then in the spring or summer, they can let them back out again. But then I heard, like over the more years back, how the government just failed on, like they were culling all these herds versus the vaccinations, which the scientists would say is the best option, but they instead decided to just kill all these animals, and not just bird flu, but also like bovine, what's that? Mad cow disease. I know that's been around super long, mad cow disease, but they would always just like in more recent times just kill off everybody and instead of vaccinating them or whatever, which obviously brings up prices for these things. So are they killing them because they have to, or are they killing them because they're trying to drive up prices?
Jack up the prices. Ding ding. Rule number 2. Here it goes. If there's a such thing as bird flu, y'all, and I just had this conversation. I just had this conversation because we had one incident here of bird flu, and it was in the zoo. It was a goose in the zoo.
Yeah.
There's one bird in Connecticut. One bird in the zoo had bird flu. There's millions of birds are flying around this state, and just that one bird in the zoo. That's why I said it's just jacking up prices. It's like then all these wild birds should all be dropping out the sky. We should find them all over the road. There's one bird in the zoo, and they had to euthanize the bird. One bird. Now there's more birds out there in that zoo that's flying naturally out, not in the cage. This bird happened to be in the zoo and caught the bird flu. Now, what happened to the birds that's out there? The geese that's laying all over the ground, the geese, none of them laying dead. None of them, they on the water, they on the ice sitting there chilling. So is it really? I'm at this point, is it really real?
Exactly.
Or it's something like you just said to jack up the prices and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on for a second. I look kind of like my neighbor's busted. He ain't open up.
Okay. All right. Hans is saying there might be somewhat of a shortage if no one is there to pick the crops. Yes, definitely. There is definitely a point of keeping down the farmers. They're taking away they're taking down all their animals, and they're trying to control the land as well. More and more of that. So that is another piece of it. And now they're deporting all the workers. Just kidding. Doing illegal criminals, not the ones who are doing their jobs, right? Not the farmers, the apple pickers and carrot pullers. I hope. That's another day. That's another subject. That's not really super farm related. So maybe I'll do that on my other channel. Joy Unhinged. Subscribe. Well, if Crash, when Crash comes back, we'll do
I'm
the
back. I'm
other
back. I'm
topic.
back. I'm back. I'm back.
All right.
I'm back. Doing another commercial. Got my dog some of this from Pet. It's from Petco, but it's called Pet Honesty. It's
What's it
working
for?
on it. It's working on. It's for hips and joints.
Ah.
It's glutamine. It's like $30,
Mm-hmm.
and it seemed like it's working on her hips. She's an 11-year-old lab, and she was having hip joints. So you give her 2 tablespoons a day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
it
good.
seems like it's working. It's working. You
So
know.
Hans brought up a good point. Moving on from the flu, it's he read farmers aren't allowed to save their own seeds, so that's going to cause now they can't. They have to buy extra seed, more seeds and more money, and then
But
there's
when you,
shortage. There'll be a shortage of farmers, obviously.
but but really think about that. Think about that, y'all. Think about they saying farmers can't save seeds. How would they know you save your seeds unless you tell them?
Right, right.
That's what I'm saying. Like we get caught up in that, but unless the farmer's selling the seeds and trying to sell them to somebody, but nobody can tell you what you're saving in your house or whatever your shit. They don't know you saving. There's nobody monitoring you.
Well, if you're part of the whether it's organic or whatever, federal systems that they have in place monitoring you, then they're gonna come and look at your stuff at some point.
You
But
ain't going in
yeah,
my
the
white
GMO
drawer. You ain't going
seeds.
in my white panty drawer. What are you talking about? You find out what's
But
out there in
these
that shit.
farmers, we're talking about big farmers here. They're not talking small scale. We're talking big stuff here.
Yeah, but
But
they
like
get
if
enough.
you're
But
next to a GMO corporation, a GMO farm, and their seeds are pollinating your seeds or whatever, then somebody's going to be like, "Hey, your seeds aren't yours, therefore you can't save it." So there's always been that. That's always been around. But that's only, for the bigger guys that are being watched. Obviously, in your backyard, you do whatever you want for now.
and that's good. That's going to save everybody. It's the backyard gardeners that's going to save everybody, y'all.
That's
Y'all,
true. That's
this is
true.
how the revolution was. Backyard farmers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
backwood farmers that helped the Civil War. It was never the head big honchos. It's always the little guy, the revolutionary guys, the
Right.
rebels that fought. It's always going to be the small people that's going to rebuild this country. Wherever it falls, it's going to be the small people to rebuild.
Right.
So
What
that's
about
been
these drones,
since.
though? Are they watching us? Are they watching our yards? Seeing what we're growing? Seeing how many
But
chickens
see, but
we
here
have?
it goes. I mean,
Hi,
one thing
Hunter.
I learned here, going back a while, they used to have these things. If things hit the fan the way it is, 90% of us is gone anyway. 90% of us is gone. They trying to whatever they claiming to do. So I tell people, if anything happens, if America does not reset itself within 2 or 3 years, you can hang it up. You can hang it up. See, we as a government, if it does not reset itself within 24 months of whatever collapse, whatever, it's
Mm-hmm.
done. It's done. It ain't no returning. It's going to be a completely rehaul, like somebody getting a knee replacement. It's going to have to be rehauled. So don't worry about what's going down the pipeline, because if the food chain stops, the supply stop, you got 28 months to regroup. And if you don't regroup within 28 months to reset the government or some kind of which way, it's over anyway. For 90% of us, it's over. Especially when we live in apartment buildings. We
Right.
don't have our own water supply. We don't have our electric supply. I don't care if you got a a generator. After a while, if you ain't got no
Yes.
electricity and no diesel fuel, you ain't that generator is a paperweight.
Right.
I hate to
Right.
be. I'm gonna give me a generator. You can't carry that 100-pound generator around with you, running from people that's trying to, at this point, probably trying to eat you. At this point, ain't trying to do nothing but put you on a barbecue pit. I mean, let's keep it 100. We are edible. We are just as good as a piece of chicken. I'm honest. My neighbors, I got neighbors on my list that they on the barbecue list.
Holy moly!
Real talk. It's certain
Thought this
neighbors are
over.
gone. If I'm still around and the food supply go down, I already got a hit list. Just my neighbors. I'm not talking about nobody down a mile away from me. I'm talking about neighbors that's right behind me on the side of me. They on the list. So they on the barbecue list.
All right.
Yeah, I got about a 50-pound bag of salt that y'all don't see. The salt their asses and put them in a shed with the chickens. Dice and salt them up like that ham that's in that back in the day, the Amish salted meat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go on and skin him like a catfish. Roll his bloody old leg up in some salt and hang him up. Hang him up.
Well, if you got some extra lye hanging around, you can make your own soap too. So don't waste it.
I don't need to wash my butt. Did ain't nobody? You can play about how I smell. You on the menu. You stink. Chop, 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 chop. You ain't gotta smell me on the menu. You on the menu. You know what I mean? I'm laughing, but I'm seriously. I got people on the menus.
Well, Han says you're Hannibal, but Hannibal ate them without cooking them, so you're a little
bit. If I can't get a fire going, raw diet, raw meat diet, Yeah. Hans is the type person too. Think about it. Hans is the deadliest person in me. He over there with an arrow. He got a bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow. Yep.
You ain't even gonna hit it. You ain't even gonna hit the shot. He's gonna hit you in your neck, string you up, gut you out, skin you like a catfish, and roll you in some salt. Some Himalaya salt. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. My dad always said this. He's from the South. He said, "Don't never say what you won't eat." You be like, ew, that stomach pain start hitting them, hunger pain start hitting you, eat an air sandwich, a wish sandwich. I already got a hit list. The old is gone first.
Right.
Yeah, the women might hold up until, she start eating too many bread, eating too many biscuits. She got to go. Get in and wash them dishes. Go on, get your
Gardening Chronicles. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so don't worry about this stuff. This stuff is right now, it's contents for people to make up stuff. Certain individuals it's coming down to the have and have nots. And you don't have to be super rich, you don't have to be super poor. It's all about what you have to bargain with.
It's your skills, yeah.
Your skill sets are your hunting skill sets, your sneer. These are things that people should prepare for. If you're around woods, like people in the South, you might not need a bow. You could get a sneer and catch you a raccoon, a possum. If things got that bad, but if things got that bad, y'all, you ain't gotta go that far. That 89-year-old neighbor right there, go ahead and take her liver with some onions, take her heart, boil it in some water with some carrots.
That's too much work. I don't know. It's all too much work.
Hey, that 85-year-old can't outrun my fat butt. He ain't gonna outrun me, 85-year-old.
This wasn't where this conversation was supposed to go.
No, I understand. Y'all worried about food shortage. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of food around. You just gotta think out the box. Think out the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, think about it. Reality is this. We're not going to survive. I already got into my 95% that's not going to survive. But if I can get on a boat and get out there, I give myself a 5% chance of surviving than staying on land.
Right.
But if I get out there with
crawfish any day than...
Yeah. And if you're on the waters, you can maneuver. You can get around with a sailboat without no gas. So the best thing is don't get nothing with a gas. Go get a sailboat.
Right.
That don't need no fuel or nothing like that. So a sailboat, you can sail across the 7 seas.
Exactly.
Stay moving.
Stay warm.
Keep moving. I mean, but I hope it never gets to that point in life. I would think somebody would take us over by that time.
So Hans
I don't mind speaking Russian or Asian.
Hans is gonna put you in a pit with sweet potatoes, and Urban Gardening is gonna put some barbecue sauce on you.
Yeah, Hans is dirty. I'm gonna just smother him in onions because he hates onions. So I'm gonna smother him in onions. No, but seriously, but save your seeds. Rotate your seeds out, people. I would say that will be one thing because some seeds do go old. There's a lot of us that probably got seeds that's over 5-6 years over in our house. So rotate your seeds. Make sure if you do find seeds from the Dollar Trees and stuff, load up on new seeds. Like if you're really worried about supplies, I understand a lot of us gardeners have seeds that we saved, but if you want to make sure that you have some fresh seeds, this is the year to go grab you some seeds because they last a good 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So if you want to refresh your seed library up, because I got seeds right here on my table. we have seeds. I got all kind of seeds. Like I have them here. I got flowers. I got lavender. I got marigolds, zingas. I got cut flowers. I got cantaloupe, watermelon, squash, corn, onions, carrots, beets, tomatoes, beans. So I have this stuff right here. I have a whole lot of this, but you know, I would tell anybody refreshen up or get some fresh seeds.
Mm-hmm.
This year should be a year of fresh seeds.
Right.
If you go and look in your library and your seeds are over 2-3 years old, I would say, hey, hit the Baker's Creek. This is what GT Junior sent me. So he sent me some tomato seeds. So these are fresh seeds from this year harvest or last year's seeds from another batch. It's called this year's, but it's probably was harvest last year.
Yeah, last right.
A year before, 2 years. That's what I say. You got to be careful with the seeds. They say in 2025, but technically they probably was 2023 or 2024. But they bagged it up in 2025.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or 2024. They was bagged up in 2024 to be 2025 seed collections.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably already got a year and a half already on those seeds in the package.
Maybe, yeah.
Or sitting in a bag till it got put in the machine to be sorted, sorted out. So always think of year 2 ahead of the time that they say it is. With seeds.
Right.
Because listen, to hands of dirt and the rest of these guys, it takes a while to dry your seeds out. So when you dry seeds out at this large scale collecting, it's probably these productions are probably a year and a half out. Even though it says 2025, it's probably 2023 seeds.
Okay.
So you might be a year and a half out with that seed already. So if you holding it for another 2 or 3 years, those seeds are 5 years old. More likely.
You just gotta know how to store them properly. Not in your drawer in your kitchen.
Yeah, that's somebody can put a video out how to store seeds correctly. Only way I know how to store seeds correctly, my way of storing seeds is the freezer. Just put packs of seeds in a bag or a Ziploc bag or a vacuum seal bag and put them in the freezer like they do in the Antarctic. They have a seed bank that's cold. Those seeds are in a frozen tundra.
Mm-hmm.
So they frozen. Those seeds are in some cold vault. If you ever heard the World Seed Bank,
yeah,
it's in Antarctica. It's in a cold spot.
Yeah.
So
but that's controlled. There's no power outage going on there.
Like I said, when the power goes out, then you out. The power's out, you out. I'm not trying to fear nobody, but in reality, if water goes in, if the first thing to go is your electricity and water, we're gonna be in chaos.
Yeah.
It's just simple. It's just electric and the water supply is definitely gonna be our main issues besides food. So, you might can hold about what I got about altogether around my property. I got about just storage wise. I got about 300 gallons of water storage, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a small creek that you don't see that runs underground between our houses. Right. So I do have a creek in my area. That's what I think people should do. Even if you don't have a creek, you should know where the next free water is in your community.
Right.
You might have to boil your water. It might not be coming out the most sanitary spots, but you got to go in the woods and say, hey, there's water trapped down there. There's water coming up from somewhere. You just can't drink it straight up out of that swamp, but you can take that water and black plastic bag and condensation and let it drip like the heat, distill your water for you. You got to learn all those bushcraft things,
Something they should definitely keep teaching the kids. Like I know Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, they still have some of those. So I hope they're still teaching.
Yeah, but you know what? At this day and age, you don't need nobody to teach your kids because there's so much stuff on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much that your kids that you can sit down as a family and do a half an hour or to an hour with your kids. It just have a plan.
It's not hands-on on YouTube. You got to be outside and being doing
No. What I'm saying is nobody need to take a class. There's so much stuff on YouTube where you get an idea, of what to do, how to survive, how to read the land, learn where water might be, water's not be, simple survival. And there's so many videos out here. So there's no reason for nobody to say, I don't know. I'm sorry. YouTube, you type in anything, how to get a man, how to get a woman. There's somebody on the video.
Right.
How to land that dream job, how to land that car, how to buy that land with no house. There's videos out here. You just gotta go through them. So there's no reason for somebody to say I don't know my math, my children, their homework, because you can go on YouTube and somebody got an editorial about how to do that new math your kids are coming home with tomorrow.
True. Yep.
So the
Well,
information is
we
out here.
forget these things.
Yeah, you don't forget them, you just don't pay it no mind because you're so used to just going to the store, going by a tutor or get a tutor, or you worrying about the teacher. But once that's gone, you figure like, what you gonna do now?
Right.
And a lot of times people's gonna panic because they just chose to be not woke. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not, how much you can tell. It's always gonna be the sleepers. I don't care how much you say to these people, they're gonna still be sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
All I just know, I'm gonna just try to get out their way.
Hi, Healy. Thanks for
Hey,
listening.
Healy. So, hey, yeah. So that's all. And grow like, herbs, root vegetables should be the main thing. If anybody's worrying about food shortage and food things, grow what you eat, not grow what you think and other people doing. Oh, I want to try that. If you don't have no room for, I want to try that, don't try that. This year is not the year to play around with the garden. This year is not the year to play with your garden. I'm being honest with y'all. And I don't eat the food that's really out of my garden, but the potatoes and the bell peppers. But this year, I'm not playing with the garden this year. Just something. This 2025 is not the year to play with your garden. I know somebody's going to hear this video and make a video about this, but I'm just saying 2025 is not the year to play with your garden. There's no room for an experimentations, seeing what works. I think this year, 2025, is going to be the year that you need to push your garden to the limits. Being honest, if you ask my opinion, this year, every pot available should be something in it.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And you don't have to pay overpriced money for, like, I'm going to say potatoes, sweet potatoes, and potatoes. You go to your better supermarkets that are supposedly organic and you get those seeds and you can sprout them, or you can get them a whole bunch more, like per pound, than you would get at, your, what is it?
And if you ain't fat like me, it's called dumpster diving. It's called dumpster diving at Ollie's because you can get the rotten tomatoes. They got seeds in them rotten tomatoes. They got seeds in them rotten bell peppers. All you gotta do, if you ain't fat me, jump into that dumpster and dumpster dive and get those vegetables they throwing out. Those old potatoes that's going bad, put them in the ground. If you could jump into all these dumpsters.
Right. If they're allowed to do that, then definitely.
Don't jump yo behind. Go get you a step ladder, jump in them all these garbage cans and grab you some of them vegetables they throwing away. Mm-hmm. That's going bad.
Yep.
Take the seeds out those. That's just me. That's just me how I would do it if I was in a bad. I don't want to hear about. I don't have $3 for seeds. I don't have $1. Well, seeds ain't that expensive, y'all. Dollar Tree's got their seeds out there already. 25 cents. I just purchased a couple of them joints. 25-cent seeds from they got them back now. I mean, they went up to 25 cents. They usually sometimes you can find them for 10, 20 cents.
Okay.
Now it seems like it's $4. They went up a little bit. Oh. So, stack up that $4.
Sure.
So there's no reason for nobody not to have some type of garden growing or something in a pot.
So as far as the garden, though, what if they're going to manipulate the weather? Are they manipulating the weather? We've had crazy weather shifts, lots of droughts here, lots of rain there, lots of fires there. Like, is it all just the earth complaining that humans are in it? Or is it actually some form of entities that are setting all this up? There's my next conspiracy.
Yeah, but see, I can play that game, but I'm not going to play that game today with nobody but conspiracy. It's just that the earth been known to change. We just might be in this 5,000 or 20,000 years. After a certain amount of years, the earth does its own thing. It evolves. The earth itself been known to evolve. Yeah. So I think I was talking to Hans about this behind the scenes I believe just earth itself is evolving. Things we never seen it in the last 100. We haven't seen this type of weather in the last 100 to 200 years, but this is probably a normal cycle that we just haven't seen as human beings. We haven't seen it because we weren't here that long to see the earth changes and stuff. They talk about the earth have changed where Antarctica used to be a rainforest and certain places used to have rain. Arizona used to be a shallow sea.
Yeah, Arizona, a lot of it was underwater, yeah.
So this earth do change, and they're not telling you, like it was always land here. No, when you look at Arizona, if you watching what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at. Arizona used to be a shallow sea.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And it's like, okay, it might turn back to a sea. All them homes are going, they're going to go under because the last 3,000 years has been a desert land. But a thing could turn around like we seen snow and things and rains and tsunamis might come to America and things that used to be underwater is going back underwater.
Right.
So it's just that we haven't, as humans, haven't been here long enough to see the changes in America. So there's nobody manipulating no weather. This is just Mother Nature doing what she do. We just in the way. Mother Nature's playing that state property. Get down or lay down. You get down with the program or you get laid down. That's how that world is. That's what this world's about to come through. It was like the water world. It's just like the water worlds. We are the parasites. We are the cancer of this world.
Exactly.
We destroy everything we touch in this planet, and it's unbalanced. So
Yep.
we unbalanced this in the last 4,000 or 5,000 years we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
We have unbalanced this planet by overfishing, pollutions, all kind of nonsense. Deforesting stuff. I'm not a tree hugger, but I'm just saying we got to understand there's consequences to our beings. We are the parasites.
Oh, I've been saying that. Yep, I agree.
So Mother Nature probably tried to correct herself and get rid of us.
Yeah, I think that's why there's more diseases that's supposedly just like coming out of the rainforest and all that. Yeah, I think.
You go and disturb stuff that you shouldn't be over there touching. You over there like a kid with a hot pot. You don't supposed to be touching a hot pot.
Right.
But you over there digging. You digging up someplace you don't supposed to be digging.
Yep.
There's a reason why the people bury that stuff. There's a reason why they bury that stuff. Once again, there's a reason why they bury that stuff. If they wanted you to find it that easy, they left it on the surface. They buried it for a reason. Mm-hmm. You gonna go over there? I'm gonna be curious. You going down there digging shit that you don't supposed to be digging.
Right.
You're looking for stuff that you don't supposed to be going looking for. What would they say? Curiosity kills the cat.
Agreed. Like the whole Egyptian tombs and always digging up their stuff and putting it in a museum or whatever, black market. Yeah. Stuff up.
It's the reason why somebody buries stuff. It's the reason why you bury compost. It's the reason why you bury stuff. You're right, because you don't want to contaminate something. That's why we bury stuff.
Yeah.
So you always ask yourself, why do people bury stuff? If they wanted to be left on the ground, they just left it on the ground right there so you can find it. They buried it because there's a reason why they bury stuff. Mm-hmm. But don't get into the world. I mean, we knew things were going to change. It wasn't because of this new change of guard did anything. This was going to happen regardless. This stuff was going to go down regardless. It's just that we just got somebody who's raw about the situation. He don't care what you think. He's not going to care. He's not tactful. I'm not tactful what I say. So he's just like me. He's not tactful. He's not going to come over here and go, this is the way we're supposed to. He's not going to do that. He's going to come out just like I do, raw. Like it or don't like it. I don't care. Right, I'm just going to tell you like it is. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And that rubs people the wrong way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've been so used to being lied to from other people where they was going to do this anyway. It's just that they just didn't come straight at you with it. I can come straight to you, hey, girl, I like you. You want to go out to dinner? Ew, get away from me, you nasty son of a gun. Guy go, hey, how you doing? He took his more time to get what he want from you. I was just more vulgar about it. I was just straight up with it. Mm-hmm. Can I get your number? Can I get with you? You're like, ew, get away from me, you nasty old buzzard. The other guy plays the game and reel you in like a fish, slowly. Reel you in to get what he want anyway. I think that's what the society done with us. The person's too upfront. It rubs us the wrong way we are upfront.
True.
So I think that's how that works.
We've gone soft on certain things.
Yeah. Don't tell me what to garden. Don't tell me how to do my garden. I've been gardening for 38 years. You don't know what to tell me. I've been doing this. Okay.
And the president of this country is just one person. There's a whole lot of government still controlling other facets of our lives. It's not. I know we like to just blame one person, but you voted for other people too. Yeah. It's not just that guy.
Yeah, it's just not him.
And other countries also get a say, whether we like it or not, in world stage.
Yeah.
So all these, all the wars that are still going on, those are also affecting our prices of things.
Yeah,
We
they
get a
share the
lot of our
planet. Hey,
grain
listen,
from over there.
they
So
share the planet with us. It ain't just us. So certain things is not going to go down like we think it's going to go down. We share this planet along with them. This ain't your own. This ain't your neighborhood. This.
not in a
Well, we'll call the
bubble.
world the neighborhood. You're not the only one living in the neighborhood.
Right.
So you're not gonna do what you think you want to do because we all live on this planet. So you can't disrupt certain things that we all eating from. It's not gonna happen. So that ain't gonna happen. Just a loudmouth in the office. That's all. Loudmouth, and we all running scared as dogs. But at the end of the day, we share this planet together, y'all. So don't think about no World War IIIs and stuff like that. Ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. They learned from their mistakes before. Nothing comes good out those type of wars. Nothing comes good out the type of wars.
Yeah, like how are they going to make money with a World War III? That just makes no sense.
This whole planet is about the dollars and economics. It has nothing to do with deleting people.
Right.
It doesn't work because you got to rebuild the stuff. We learned that from rebuilding Germany. We rebuild Japan. It's going to cost you more in the long run than just figure this stuff out. So that's what I say. I'm not worried about this stuff. If things come, keep your bottle of liquor in your cabinet. If you're not even a drinker, just keep your bottle.
Well, you need it for medicine sometimes.
No, but if you're not even a drinker, keep your bottle because if things do hit the fan, I'd rather go out drunk. I ain't gonna feel a thing. I'm be high as a kite.
Okay.
Sit on that porch like my grandfather and drink that moonshine and just talk trash and fade away. Yeah, but don't get caught up in this. Don't go fight nobody in those supermarkets and Aldi's and Costco's running for toilet tissue like y'all did. A lot of people got hurt. A lot of people got beat up and messed up in life behind bars running for toilet tissue. Bottled waters getting to fist fights and got deleted for fucking water. Now we got a whole bunch of waters 10 feet tall. Going on sale, 3 for $10.
Well, get it now then. Get it now.
That's another thing. Like, why you don't store up now so you don't have to be the one that's running out there when things do go to this rate. You should be stocked up at least 15 cases. They go for what? Over here they go for 10 for 3.
Wow. Okay.
They have a sale, 10 to 24 packs of Polish Spring. Sometimes you catch them sales, they 3 for $10. Go get you 6. Put that $20 up on the deck and get you 6 bottles. Put them in your garage. Put them in your backyard. Put them under a tarp.
Yep.
If you ain't got a shed, just build you something. Go get you some pallets, some free pallets, and build you a water storage area. And just stack up them sales. Not soda sales, the water sales. The rice sales, the beans. They got beans, $2 packs for $1. You see them sales for them dry beans.
Yep.
Don't wait till the last minute. But if you're worried about that, if you're really worried, you're watching this live, you're really worried about that, go online, Facebook Marketplace, look for a rain barrel or them plastic barrels.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those on sale.
The barrels they ship back to Jamaica and the Philippines. They got a top on it. You know what I'm saying? Fill yours up in your backyard. Dig a hole. Get you, your husband, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend. Dig a hole and bury your stash in the ground so nobody can see it. And put grass on top of it.
Okay.
You know what's in that ground, in that barrel that got the top. It got the top.
Yeah.
You put you some rice in there. You put some dry beans in there, a couple of cases of water in there, and then you lower it down. You put dirt on top of it, and that's your like a squirrel. You just buried it underground. You ain't got to worry about no worms getting in it because it's plastic. If you're worried about it sleeping, then put black bags and tie the black bag up and drop it in the barrel. Put it in the ground.
Right.
The barrel is nothing. What, about 4 feet high?
Yeah.
If you and your husband and your boyfriend can't dig a 4-foot hole in 3 days or a weekend, y'all don't need to be together. You don't need to be together. y'all useless together. Y'all can't dig a 4-foot hole in a weekend. Y'all useless.
I've been digging.
Yeah.
I've been digging graves over for years.
You and Nikki over there, shovel game is on point. You and Nikki. Y'all got shoveling game. I don't know about the rest of the people, but I seen Nikki shoveling game. Shoot, Nikki have 5 4-foot holes by the end of this video.
Yep.
Her shovel game is awesome. I needed her on my team back in the day. I always
I
say that about
understand, K
Nikki.
Gardner.
Yeah,
That's
Nikki
funny.
always. I mean, she's the only woman that I know and Joy handle the shovel like they was grave diggers back in the days. I don't know. They passed like they must have been grave diggers or something. Because
I must have been, yeah.
y'all shovel game, y'all digging holes like awesome. Like you gotta appreciate a woman that can dig a hole. You know what I mean? She don't
Be on the
mind
good
getting
side anyway.
calluses on. She don't mind getting calluses right here. Yeah.
That's why we wear gloves. We're smart.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just saying they can dig a hole. I haven't seen no other YouTuber dig a hole like y'all do, but y'all can dig a hole. I'll be like, man, you know, don't get them mad in the middle of the night. You might be missing, bro.
Exactly.
You be like that Secret Garden on what's that guy name? Johnny Depp. That Secret Garden, that movie, Secret Garden.
What's that?
Secret Garden, Secret Garden. He had Secret Garden. If you don't know the movie was Johnny Depp movie. He was a writer and he was hallucinating in the movie, but the Secret Garden was in the front of a window, and that's where he buried his wife.
Oh.
And it was beautiful flowers, so she was fertilizing the flowers. Yeah. So I'm like, don't fool around, be a fertilizer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, shoot, Nikki husband and her husband is sleeping with one eye open like this. I think she's mad at me. Don't go to sleep.
Yeah, my husband's always saying, "Uh-oh, why do you have that in your hands?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She got a shovel. She digging a hole. She digging that hole for, baby? Man, I'm just digging to put some compost in it. You sure it's compost? Why is it 6x8? 6 feet deep and 8 feet wide. Like, you about to get rid of something?
All in one hole.
Yeah, 3 boulders on the side. So when they do a scan, they only gonna see the boulders. They ain't gonna see you under the boulders. She got like 3 or 4 boulders she gonna push on top of your body. So when they do a scan on top of the soil, they only gonna see is boulders.
Right.
Yeah, mummify you up, bro. What you say, lime? She got lime and stuff?
You gotta have lime.
Yeah, 50-pound bag of lime in the garage. Like, what do you need a 50-pound bag of lime for? If it's on sale, don't worry about it. It's on sale.
It's a fertilizer, dang it.
Start seeing new shovels and rakes. Yeah.
Yeah, have all the stuff.
Yeah, fooling around here. She done brought new gloves this year, new shovels. New shells with fiberglass handles, not the wooden handles.
Yep, there
fiberglass handles so it don't break.
That's tired. Ergonomically correct.
Don't throw out her back, But go back to seeds stuff. Store your seeds. But I would tell anybody, don't fear this. Don't fear this mess. We done overcame as a people, as human beings. We overcame a lot of stuff from World War I, World War II, whatever is going to go down, we're going to get through it. And we, as human beings, mankind, we're going to survive it. Now, all of us ain't going to make it to the promised land, that's for sure. No. But as a humankind, a mankind, we're going to survive whatever gets thrown at us. So I just don't want to be in that number of lost, but if I got to go down the number of lost, then go down the number of lost.
But maybe not so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Might not be so bad, right? Don't be here to see what's going down. But don't worry about it. Prices are going to go up. I heard Karen Renee was showing that eggs went up in her area.
Oh God! Yeah.
Went back up to the $10.
Eggs too. Only two per customer right now. They're limiting them in our places.
Man, I just saw a lady buy a case of eggs the other day. She had a whole case. So they ain't limited here. See, that's another thing I said when the pandemic, when people say your reality is not my reality. Exactly. All depends on who's running your district. Like you said, you voted for certain people. Yeah. Certain districts did not, and I can say it from where I'm from. I can't say it for everybody else is at. My shelves here never was empty. Like you see people when the shelves were bare and they wasn't getting supply. Where I'm at, there was no supply of that toilet tissue and paper goods and stuff. It wasn't bare floor. So that's what I say. Your reality and my reality is not the same. And I did see YouTubers putting out their areas which had no stocks. Mm-hmm. But where I'm at, at all. I'm just going to break it down. Not saying I'm factual and don't know what I'm talking about, but I believe it's the district leaders. It's the people you put in your district who have those connects that things supplies doesn't stop. It didn't stop here.
Yep.
We didn't run for the hills. Now certain other communities ran for the hills in Connecticut. It's just this district didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on where you at. Being honest with you. And that's why I think I made a video back then. Your reality is not my reality. I don't know who here, but we didn't have a shortage of nothing. Other people did. Even with the price gouging, we didn't do well. I'm gonna tell you, the gas went price gouging. The gas went crazy, but regular food stayed about the same. It wasn't like it went crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
And you know
we
what
averaged.
stayed full? The organic produce section. The organic section was full. Nobody touched those things. I'm like, what?
Can't afford it. Organic was $1 extra. You know what I mean?
But it was there. If you wanted to eat, it was right there.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like certain people, reality wasn't my reality in that thing hit. So it all depends on where you at. And I believe it's your district leaders. People don't believe that your vote counts in your district. Your
It's more
councilman.
important in your district. Yep.
Yeah, that presidency stuff, don't worry about that. It's your district leaders, the guys who go into the Senate for your district.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference who you put in that office as your congressman or your district leaders, your senators or whoever else, and district leaders. You know, that makes a difference in communities.
Yeah.
You know, so go back to your voting rights. You know, don't emphasize every 4 years. Emphasize them local
Right.
politicians.
Right.
Them local guys, your mayors, your governors, your Congress, your senators, your councilmen. Those are the people you need to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
And not because they cute and they sound good. Don't get off that stuff, that cute. She's cute. She always looking fleet. He handsome. His words are so great and powerful. Nah, don't go for that. Go for the person that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they sound good. Makes sense.
Right.
You know?
Well, Happy Man says he lives in the wilds of upstate, so we had nothing. It was crazy. Yeah, when you're farther out there, yeah, the trucks aren't gonna come to you as much.
Yeah, you don't hold no economy way up in the woods. You're not see, that's another thing too about certain areas, right? You don't make or break the economy in certain areas. If it's only 1,000 in your town, how much are you really pushing into the economy when you really think about it?
Yeah.
We're not coming up there for you guys. We'll come up there when times are good, but when times are hard, you're not relevant because there's ain't about 1,000 people in your town.
Mm-hmm.
And all y'all making under $50,000 or $30,000 a year down there. So it's like, we might get a $200,000 a year from your neighborhood, your county, but why are we gonna bring goods up there for it? It's not worth it. Right. So that you gotta understand that too. Now, small towns ain't worth it. That's why there's no lot of McDonald's and things in that nature because there's no money there. Mm-hmm. You there, but there's no money there. There's no economic push in that community.
Right.
They're not making millions of dollars off your little 1,000, 1,100 population. So yeah, you're gonna be put on the back burner to get goods. You're gonna be the last one to get goods.
That's why you need to stock up more.
Yeah, that's why you need to stock when things are good. You need to stock up because if you in a town that's only say realistic, because ain't 1,100 of y'all there. Y'all like that secluded stuff, but at the end of the day, nobody's coming to look for your 1,100. Losing 1,100 people ain't nothing. There's a lot of abandoned towns in America. Right, go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. There's a lot of abandoned towns that people had to leave the whole town because nobody was coming to save them. Mm-hmm. Population 500 and the population of the town 1,100, 2,000, and y'all scattered. Y'all don't even live next to each other. Y'all like, oh, I love this. I ain't got a neighbor for 3 miles. Yeah. You know, it's only good when it's times are good, but when things hit the fan, y'all all gonna have to chip in and save yourselves.
Yep.
You won't see no Walmart truck or a Chef Boyardee truck coming up your way. The diesel fuel ain't your town can't even pay for the diesel fuel that it's gonna cost to get you up there. The logistics. That's the reality
a horse or a donkey to get to point A to point B.
So definitely, if you live in those rural towns where population is less than 3,000, you need to stock up. because if things do hit the fan, they go into the bigger cities where money is going to be there. They can gouge the prices.
Right.
People's going to have the money to fatten the pockets of the investors. Coming up to a town that only got 300,000, 3,000 and less, ain't worth going up there. It's not. I'm not paying a driver $34 an hour for what, $100,000
Mm-hmm.
the most, and then y'all people gonna be skimp with your money. So all you gonna do is what? Get some $3 flour, a bag of flour, and some sugar, and some yeast.
Right. Right.
It doesn't pay for us to go up there. Think about it. Really think about that. Doesn't pay
Mm-hmm.
when things hit the fan. It doesn't pay to send a whole truck up there for what? So, and some of your neighbors probably already got storage. So they already got stuff, so they really ain't going there anyway. That was a wasted trip. You done paid microfarmer what, $35 an hour, $1,100 for that trip. You're only gonna make about $2,000 off that whole trip.
Mm-hmm.
So, stack
There
up
you
now, everybody. Stack up on your seats. But go ahead, Joy. Go ahead. Next round.
go. You want another one?
I mean, next round something. Oh, we at
No,
the hour
you can.
already.
Huh?
We are at the hour already.
Oh yeah, I know. I think we're good. Like, there'll be less competition, so they'll be driving up prices. Inflation's gonna keep going up for a while until we can figure it all out all over again. There's a lot of like too nitty gritty government stuff that I don't know enough about to go into, so I'm not gonna.
My thing is this that I've been watching. What I've been watching. Everybody
Yeah.
got to agree with me. What I've been watching on other world news and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're like on a thin line of another Great Depression.
Mm.
Like financially wise, like
Oh
he's
God.
doing things. He is a thin line. It's like that very thin line. You could benefit from it, or you could lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, it seems like what people are trying to do, our government, whatever. We on a thin line. We can go either way at this point. We can benefit like a mother skunker, or we can go back into a Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
So where when they start deregulating stuff and start putting people out in the streets and stuff like that, there's no demand for nothing no more because nobody can afford
Right.
nothing no
You
more.
don't
So
make anything.
when there's no demand and people can't afford stuff, the banks go down. Companies don't pay their loans back, and then that puts you into the Great Depression. So it's a thin line. We say one person's gonna say it's gonna benefit us. Like if you do this, there's gonna be more money, but you're putting people out of jobs. Just lately, what 80,000 people about to be out of jobs. That's 80,000 incomes gone. They got mortgages, they got loans, they got credit cards. They're not gonna be able to pay that. So the bank's gonna default on that stuff. And if big companies decide to not lease no more and fold, we on that balance where the banks they lost money.
Mm-hmm.
So who's gonna replace the money? You can't. We on that thin line. I'm gonna just say we on that thin line. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm gonna be honest with you right now. As I've been listening, this can go either way. We hoping it goes the right way, but it's like tightrope. You go this way, you'll send this country in a spin. Some of these people that's yelling ain't lying. They
Yeah.
yelling. They going about the wrong way by yelling constant stupidness. Just
Right.
just come and don't go protest and talk about him. Just say, hey, people, be prepared. This can go either which way.
Yeah.
He's in office. He done put people in the spots. There's nothing we can do now. The elections are over, people. I just don't want the Simpsons. I don't know if anybody been watching the Simpsons thing. They be claiming the Simpsons, that little show they've been playing for 30 years or more,
Yeah.
has been predicting the future. And
Oh, right.
is one thing I don't want to see happen in a prediction was somebody got unalived again
Uh-huh.
in this round of 4 years. Somebody got unalived, and if that happens, whoo, yeah, get your barbecue sauce out and your fireplace out, because there's gonna be a doozy if that happens. I'm like, I know people pray for wealth and their children's health and stuff, but I'm praying that doesn't happen. That part get bypassed.
Okay.
Because if that happens in our office this year in 2000, yeah, that ain't gonna be a good look for this country at all. At all. So I tell people that's my worry, that somebody get unalived in this round.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna look good.
All right.
And And that will put this country in a spin. You saw when other people got unalive, things went crazy. So yeah. So we don't want that. That's one thing I would just say, just be mindful out here. Save your seeds, grow food you're going to eat. This is a garden channel situation. It's not a fair place, but at the end of the day, at this point in time, you can't speak with one without the other.
Right.
It's like that
It's
saying, you
ultimate.
can't have one without the other. And you do what you want to do, your property. If you fear it's nonsense to you. Cool. If you feel that it's something that you need to get prepared for, please do. Reach out to people. Don't close mouth, don't get fed. Reach out to people that might have some seeds out there. If you can't afford seeds, all you need is some, like Hands of Dirt say, all you need is some dirt and seeds. Put them in the dirt.
Yep.
You don't need to go get no 511. You don't need to go get no topsoil. You don't need nothing. If you got dirt in the backyard, clear it out a little space and just plant you some seeds and let nature do its thing. Overseed. This is what I'm saying. You see this one pack, I can tell you how to do it. If you're scared, just throw the whole pack of seeds in the ground. Somebody's going to survive. See that?
Right.
So don't go put one or two. Just like Hans said, he did that last year. He just threw seeds out there. Just see what comes up. So if you do get you a pack of seeds and you got a decent spot, throw all them seeds on the floor. A couple of them gonna come up.
Yeah.
Give yourself what they call abundance. You just put enough out there so what get eaten up by the birds, what get eaten up by the pests or the bugs and whatever, the snails and the white flies, whatever. At least they eat some and you get to eat some. So don't put out 1 or 2 plants this year. Put out 10 plants if you can. Because if you're not using pesticides, some of your plants are going to get eaten up by pests.
Yeah, yeah.
The pest population, the pest pressure, have I seen in gardens, has been, in the last 2 years, been wrecking people's gardens. So any advice I give to any gardener is put out more. You used to put out 4, put out 8.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't, put some in the ground, put some in a pot, move them around. That's what I would say to anybody. Pots this year, 2025, should be the biggest thing right now, pots.
Yeah.
You can move them in your area. You can move them around. They mobile. Raised beds are good. In the ground is good. But I would say go get you some buckets for the deli. Go behind those bakeries and get them jelly buckets. Sometimes they'll sell to you for $1. Sometimes they'll give them to you for free. All depends on the person. Don't wait till a crisis. Then they be paying $10 for them buckets. Usually the people give you the bucket for free. You got to wash the jelly and stuff out of it. Because they pay to get it removed because the jelly that's in there going to bring rats and mice.
Right, right.
So they don't mind if you go in and get them jelly buckets because they got food in it because they ain't scrape it all. And jelly and food bring, mice and things, unwanted pests to their property. So if you take it and wash them out, cut you a hole in the bottom of it and fill you in some dirt. And you can move the buckets around. They're mobile.
Right, right.
You can put them in a shopping cart, do like back in the days. I'm not saying steal a shopping cart, but take a little Walmart shopping cart, take that device off and put it in the back of your car and put them in shopping carts and push around or get you a go-kart or something and be able to move your plants around.
Right, right.
I mean, if you can't fit, because those gorilla carts are expensive.
Oh, God, yeah.
They're like $200 for a gorilla cart. So if you can't get you a husband or you crafty, make your own cart, go to that Once Upon a Time and go get baby strollers for cheap. You can get a baby stroller now for $10 and take the baby stroller part off of it and hook up 2 of them together with some tape, with a wire, and put you a piece of plywood and put you some buckets so you can mobilize your buckets around if you got a back problem. A lot of people is mobile situation. They can't move the heavy buckets. They like, oh, they too heavy for me to move. Then try to get you some wheels. You see a yard sale, they're selling a baby carriage for $10. Pick it up and cut the top off and put a piece of wood so you can put some buckets on them.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So y'all take care.
Thank you.
2025 is not a year to play with your gardens.
Maybe 2026.
Now 2026, try to find a lick or something, but 2025 is definitely not to be playing around with your gardens. All gardeners, be alert. This year is not the year to play with your garden. That's what I'm just saying. I already put my seeds in the ground. Like I said, if I wasn't able to get out there, I already put seeds in the ground already from last year. There's tons of seeds out there. in case, I get too busy, the world get too busy, and I can't get out there. I got tons of seeds out there. So whatever comes up is going to feed my family and feed my hens.
Right.
So I already did the nature way. I just threw seeds all over the place. And if they come up, they come up. If they don't, they don't. If the birds get them in the springtime, then I got enough seeds to redo it over.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And I got collard greens and mustards, and I got, what else I got in there? I got some peas and beans in there growing in the grow tent. So you can grow all year round. So, yeah. So that's another thing, people. If you haven't invested in a grow tent, you only need a 4x2 or 2x4 just to keep you something growing in your garden in case you got to eat. Collard green trees, I got them from K. Renee. You can eat collard greens all year round. You put them in a grow tent in a corner of your house. If you got electricity, you can actually hook up a solar panel to a grow tent and put a small little thing on top of your roof or your patio, and you can run a light system with a solar panel.
True, yeah.
So maybe that should be on some of y'all guys' wish list. Start learning how to grow indoors. You don't need a big tent like I got. I got a 4x8 because I have the room by 4x8, but they do sell 2x4s.
Mm-hmm.
They sell 4x4s, so you can put them in a corner somewhere, move that African statue and put it in the attic and put it into a tent. Get that collective stuff out of your house and put it in a box and put it in the office or put it in the attic and bring you a grow tent in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have nobody in your house at this point in time anyway. Because they taking a survey of your house. They're like, yeah, they got food. I saw her. She got water in the basement. In the garage was full of kerosene. They taking an inventory of your house. Keep people out your house in 2025, y'all.
Right.
Keep them out your house. Don't let them people know what you got in your home. They take an inventory. Your cousins and your brothers and their kids are coming kick your door. They ain't your brother no more. They'll kick your door. We know Joy got that stuff over there. She grow plants. She got seeds and everything. She got land. Oh, they coming. You be seeing BMWs and Ford Runners all in front of your house.
Okay.
Oh, you see a whole bunch of people in your house. I'm like, yeah, I see you in years, Joy. My sister-in-law
Don't be in
got
my house for long.
They gonna be. You ain't gonna be able to throw them out, Joy.
Don't be in the hole that I dug up.
They're like, what's that big hole over there, Joy? No, but seriously, be careful with your family members because I know there's people in the garden community claim their family don't believe doo-doo don't stink, and they're gonna come to your house because they know you grow. They know that you prepared. They're not prepared. You got some sisters and brothers and in-laws that's not prepared, y'all. And they talk about, well, we ain't gotta do nothing because you got. I only got enough for my family. But, I'll leave a care package out there on the street corner right there for you. You're not coming inside. You go a box out there. If you didn't make it before the others, you missed your box. I can leave you a care package out there, a bag of seeds. So you can grow your own stuff. Because why give a man a fish when you can give him a pole, right? Go ahead.
Right.
Got these little black box. Here you go. Black boxes sitting right out there, like, I say, leave a book, take a book, leave a book.
Uh-huh.
Here you go, a box of seed, take a box of seed, leave a seed. I don't know what to tell you. I ain't got no 511 for you, but I got some seeds for you. Take them seeds and go start your own garden. Yeah, but be careful, y'all. Be careful out here. Don't get caught up in this nonsense. But if you're a gardener, I'll just say don't play around with your garden this year. Don't get caught up in the hype of wanting to grow stuff that you ain't never grow. Grow what you're going to eat and your family's going to eat. Don't waste no valuable space in your garden for nonsense that you ain't going to eat. This is not the year to be experimenting to grow stuff.
All right. Good advice.
So y'all take care. This is your boy Crash Out Garden. Hopefully y'all can crash out with me this spring, in my garden. But if not, get a ham radio. I'll talk to you from a ham radio. I don't know if y'all know what a ham radio is. Maybe your hands are dirty. Anybody here knows. Go get you a ham radio, y'all. Go take your license and get you a ham. You don't even need a license. Once thing hit the fan, just get you a ham radio. You don't even need a license if things hit the fan, y'all.
Right.
Just get you a ham radio so you can communicate with some people on the outside. I'll be communicating y'all from the Atlantic Ocean, y'all. That's my number one goal this year, buying a boat. I swear I buy a boat this year. Buying a boat and learn how to hot wire a boat. If I don't buy a boat, I know how to steal one.
Well, you fix that truck and you can haul your boat.
Yeah, I fixed my truck. Shoot,
Awesome.
we was already on that point, Joy. We fixed that truck. Joy, I like, we need to pull stuff. We need to pull that wagon. We need to get to that marina and get up out of here. But I am going to buy a boat this year, so that's
All
why the
right,
fishing show is
exciting.
going to be the fishing show, reeling them in.
Yeah.
Because if I got to go out there, I got enough fishing line, and that's another thing. People go fishing, learn. Go ask your uncle to give you a couple of fish. Matter of fact, go ask Hands of Dirt. He got a lot of fish over there.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the easiest thing to like learn how to like gut it and cut it versus like chickens and rabbits. Go with fish first. Learn those skills because then you'll get comfortable.
Yeah,
with
learn
that
to
whole
fish.
business.
Yeah, learn how to fish because it's got what is it? We got a lot of water out here, y'all, with fish in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a long time before we outfish that sea over there. It's probably we got another 300, 400 years before we outfish that sea. It become a barren ocean, but we still got at least 300 more years in that ocean.
Okay. And Happy Mac says, just remember it's the brown wires in the starter, not what you see on TV. So if you're hot wiring the vehicle, it's the brown wires.
See, Happy Mac, see, people gonna tell you about their secrets. Happy Mac know how to get that wire and that boat going. It's not what you see on TV is the brown wires go yeah, gone by spinach. All right, y'all. Hey,
all
Joy,
right,
it's been another good one, Joy. Take care.
Talk to you later.
Later. All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody who hang out with me today. And next week, we have a special guest next week. I'll let you know in the thumbnail in a few who it is. But we'll be going back to gardening, talking about gardening, not conspiracy stuff. It's February, so I'll be starting peppers. Peppers is in full swing, and dill, cilantro, parsley. Those are my main plants for February, early February. Probably later in February, I'll be adding some more before we really get into the swing of things for March. But what else? Because celery, I already started ahead of time, the end of January. That's normally something I do in February, but this time around, I figured bump it up. I do need to, they're grown enough in their little, I made soil blocks for the celery, so I need to up pot them or get them into a bigger container and prick them up. That's what I have to do because they're teeny tiny. So I'm going to be doing that. Exciting. Maybe I'll do that as a live, just like silent, just, on in the background sort of thing. We'll see how I feel about that. What else is going on? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was saying before we started, I just did a cooking video on my Joy Unhinged channel. It's not up yet. I'm still editing. I had to do a voiceover because it was so noisy. So it's taking a long time to get a voiceover together because it's not something I'm used to doing. So I'm almost at the end of editing, and I'll be loading that probably not till tomorrow because I'm going to give the algorithm, the hours it needs supposedly to figure it out. So I'll be dropping that on my Joy Unhinged. Otherwise, thank you everybody who came to the chat. Anybody who's on replay, appreciate you. And I will talk to you all again soon.